Lagos was awake long before the sun rose. Horns echoed through the humid air, street traders arranged their goods on wooden tables, and Danfo buses roared across the roads like restless lions. In the middle of this chaos lived a man few people ever saw, but whose name controlled half of Victoria Island. Chief Bamidele Adeyemi. To business owners, he was a lifeline. To investors, he was a legend. To contractors, he was the man whose payments could change their entire year. On this particular morning, Chief Bamidele woke earlier than usual. He had a long list of people to pay, contractors, suppliers, and small business owners he had promised funds to before the end of the week. The money was inside a thick black briefcase sitting beside his bed, packed neatly in bundles and sealed envelopes. It was a huge sum, but he trusted himself to deliver it safely. He prepared for the day with quiet confidence. At 52, he still dressed with the clean elegance of a younger man. Navy blue caftan, gold wristwatch, polished shoes. His driver was meant to pick him up by 7:15 a.m., but a message came in at 7:05. "Oga, please sir, there was an accident on my street. Traffic is not moving at all. I will be delayed." Chief Bamidele sighed, but didn't panic. He didn't like delays, but he also believed in finding solutions. So he stepped outside his mansion and ordered a taxi. Minutes later, a yellow cab pulled up. The driver, a slim man in his 40s with tired eyes and a fake, polite smile, stepped out. His name was Mukaila. "Good morning, sir. Where are we heading?" "To Adeyemi Towers," Chief replied, placing the briefcase gently beside him. But when they reached the road, the taxi made a strange sound, like metal scratching metal. Smoke began to rise from under the hood. "Oh, sir, sorry-o, the car is behaving somehow," Mukaila said. Then the engine died. Chief checked his watch, concerned but composed. "Please call another taxi for me. I have to be somewhere important." "Yes, sir. Let me help you bring down your briefcase." That moment changed everything. As Mukaila reached for the briefcase, he noticed it was slightly open, and inside stacks of crisp notes wrapped with official bands. His eyes widened. His heartbeat changed rhythm. In a single moment, a thought entered his mind, dark, dangerous, and tempting. "This money could change my whole life. No one will ever know." When the second taxi arrived to pick Chief up, Mukaila pretended to help load the briefcase into the trunk, but instead he shut the trunk quickly, jumped into the driver's seat, and sped off with the billionaire's money still inside. The real taxi driver shouted. People on the street screamed, but Mukaila drove like a man possessed. For a second, Chief couldn't believe what was happening. The second taxi driver looked at him through the mirror, shocked. "Oga, na your briefcase he carry and run." Chief's voice was calm, almost frighteningly controlled. "Yes, and it is a lot of money." He called the police immediately, but he knew Lagos. One thief could disappear into the crowd within minutes. But what none of them knew was that someone else had seen everything. A boy, a poor, small-framed boy selling cold sachet water on the roadside. His name was Samuel, but most people simply called him Samu. He was barely 15, thin, hungry, wearing a faded t-shirt 2 sizes too big. From his little spot under a mango tree, Samu saw everything clearly, how the man helped with the briefcase, saw the money, and suddenly sped away. He watched the billionaire's confused expression. He watched the panic in the air, and he felt something heavy in his chest. Samu didn't know the man. He didn't know he was a billionaire. He only knew somebody had been wronged, and he was close enough to do something. He couldn't stop thinking about it. What if that had happened to his mother? What if someone stole everything she worked for? Without thinking twice, Samu ran to the nearest Okada rider. Bros, please. I want to follow that taxi. Run go that side. The rider looked confused. You get money? Samu counted his earnings, just 450 naira, the result of standing in the sun for hours. I have this. Please help me. I go run the rest. The rider hesitated, then nodded. They chased the disappearing taxi down the busy streets of Lagos, through traffic lights, between buses, across narrow shortcuts. Samu kept leaning forward, pointing. That's him. Go straight. He just turned right. They followed him all the way to a quiet area on the outskirts of Agege, a place full of old houses, street dogs, and compound fences patched with rusted zinc. Finally, the taxi parked at a small house with cracked walls. Samu's heart raced, but he didn't stop. He watched Mukaila drag the briefcase out, look around suspiciously, and sneak into his house. The briefcase was still full. Nothing had been removed yet. Now Samu had a choice. He could walk away, pretend he never saw anything, forget the whole thing. But he didn't. He looked at the Okada rider. Uncle, please help me call the police. This is very important. The rider finally understood. Within minutes, 2 police officers arrived in a dusty patrol van. They questioned Samu quickly, then approached the house. They knocked. Silence. They knocked again. Then they pushed the door open and found Mukaila trying to break the briefcase open with a metal tool. He was frozen in shock. Surrender yourself, one officer ordered. Mukaila dropped the tool instantly. He cried. He begged. He swore he wasn't a bad man. He claimed he had lost everything in his life and temptation was too strong. But the money was recovered, every single note, and Samu stood outside, sweating, trembling, unsure what would happen next. Meanwhile, Chief Bamidele arrived safely at Adeyemi Towers, though deeply worried about the money. His phone rang. It was the police. Sir, we found your briefcase. You found it, and the boy who helped retrieve it is with us. You need to come. When Chief arrived, he saw a sight he never expected. A frail boy sitting quietly under a tree, hugging his knees, looking unsure if he had done anything right. Chief approached slowly. Are you the boy who followed the taxi? Samu stood and nodded shyly. Yes, sir. Chief looked at him carefully. Thin arms, tired eyes, dust on his slippers. You risked your safety for someone you don't even know. Why? Samu swallowed hard. Because, sir, I knew it was wrong, and if I didn't follow him, nobody would. Chief's chest tightened. He had met wealthy men, powerful men, dishonest men, greedy men. But he had not met a boy with such pure courage in a long time. What is your name? Samu. Where are your parents? My mother is alive. She fries akara in the evening. My father died 2 years ago. Chief nodded slowly. And you did all this and didn't take even 1 naira? Samu shook his head quickly. No, sir, it's not my money. Chief didn't speak for a long time. He simply looked at him. This boy who had nothing, yet chose honesty over opportunity, integrity over temptation, courage over comfort. Finally, he placed a gentle hand on Samu's shoulder. Come with me. Chief took the boy to a restaurant, not a fancy one, but clean and calm. He ordered food for Samu, but the boy tried to eat slowly, almost shyly, as if he wasn't used to being noticed. Tell me about your life, Chief asked softly. And Samu talked about how he stopped school in JSS 2 because his mother couldn't pay fees, how he sold sachet water to survive, how he wanted to become a mechanic one day, and how every night he prayed for a chance to change his family's story. Chief listened to every word, and then he made a decision that would change Samu's life forever. Samu, he began, you saved more than my money today. You reminded me that good people still exist. I want to help you." Samu paused mid-chew. "Help me? How, sir?" "From today, you are going back to school. I will pay your fees from now until you graduate from university. I will also give your mother a shop so she doesn't have to struggle anymore." Samu's hand froze. His eyes filled with tears. He didn't blink, as though the words were too heavy to fall into reality. "And," Chief continued, "I will give you something to thank you for your bravery." He placed a small envelope on the table. Samu stared at it. He didn't know if he should touch it. "Open it," Chief said gently. Inside were documents, a scholarship letter signed in his name, and underneath it, a cheque written to his mother, worth more money than the boy had ever seen in his life. Samu broke down crying, not small tears, deep, shaking tears. He couldn't speak. Chief moved closer and pulled him into a gentle embrace like a father. "You have a good heart, Samu, and today the world rewards honesty." The restaurant staff watched with pure emotion. Even the security man outside wiped his eyes. For the first time in a long time, Samu felt seen. He felt valued. He felt like God had remembered him. News of the incident spread fast. Poor boy helps recover billionaire's stolen money. Honest teenager saves business mogul from huge loss. Boy receives life-changing reward. People praised him. Some cried when they heard the story. Others said they wished the world had more people like him. But Samu didn't let it enter his head. He still helped his mother fry akara every evening. He still prayed before bed. He still carried himself with the humility that guided his heart from the beginning. Chief Bamidele didn't stop there. He introduced Samu to business leaders. He enrolled him in the best secondary school nearby. He ensured his mother had a stable shop. And every month, he checked in personally. Years later, Samu completed his education, studied mechanical engineering, and eventually became a successful entrepreneur. But he never forgot the day everything changed, the day he chose courage, the day he chose honesty, the day he chose to help a stranger who turned out to be a billionaire. And Chief, until his old age, always spoke highly of him. "Money can change a man," he would say, "but integrity shapes the world." If you enjoyed this story, please like, comment and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring African tales. Your support helps us grow and bring you more powerful stories every week.